Alright, welcome back to another episode of Analyzing Gameplay, this time with Weapon Power Taka. This video was not intended to be an Analyzing Gameplay, but I messed up my audio. It was just Chief Mats talking to himself because my mic was muted. So we made it into an Analyzing Gameplay. Hopefully you guys will like it regardless. So we're talking about Weapon Power Taka here. His farm clear is pretty slow unless you have like a Lance or a Finn who have really great assist in farm clearing. Otherwise, the clear is pretty slow, as you can clearly see. So you're going to see here in a second, we are going to get a little bit of aggression from the enemy laners, and they're going to push us out of center shop. So this is the reason why I'm talking about this is because this is a prime example of what you should not do in this situation. So we're going to grab the bottoms here. He kind of went over a roundabout way I'm not used to, but I don't jungle a lot, so I was a little bit confused there, but whatever. So Alpha is coming. We're not going to really address this. We don't really want to. They do back off. So at this point, we should immediately port back, get our items at base, and then come back to jungle because it is so early after the first rotation. By the time we get our items in base and run back to the jungle, the second rotation will just come up. So we actually could have been more efficient with our time there. I highly recommend doing that. If you get pushed out and they don't continue to chase, just port back to base and get your items so that you're not at a disadvantage even further on the next rotation. Because they're just going to keep clearing faster and faster and faster than you if you never get your items. But yeah, so luckily we don't end up too bad for the rest of the match. But here we are, we're clearing again. It is Scarf versus Scarf up top. Chief Matt is in fact Scarf, in case you guys are wondering where he's at. Trunaldo is just a random person we picked up in a dual queue, so I don't really know who he is, but he did pretty good overall. I was pretty impressed with this fortress. I mean, obviously we're dying in early game, but hey, whatever. So here we are. Obviously, I should just go... I don't know, I felt like I was being a little bit too aggressive here, trying to be a little bit sly, a little slippery here. But at this point, I'm just trying to go back to their backs because I feel like if I were to go to mine, they would just keep chasing me and keep harassing me, and I just would not pick up anything and just die. So I'm using the minions, or I'm using the enemy heroes to tap them real quick, the love tap, to run a little bit faster, get that passive. Here we are, just trying to avoid any kind of damage while poking here and there on the Rona. We take out the Rona. Scarf did come down along with the Fortress, so we're like starting to turn this fight in our favor. And now this fight is definitely doing great for us. We shouldn't really continue to chase the Alpha because she does have reboot. It was pointless. We should have gone immediately for the backs. But because we chased, we should just go for the second regen. But we make the mistake of still going for the backs. And the mistake is now his enemy or his allies are up and can push us back out. So now I'm like trying for dear life to do a little damage here and there to just keep me maybe on equal playing fields with the Alpha potentially. Here we are. We're going to try to take as much farm as we can. Maybe if we can manage. So we do pick up the one. Alpha's going to try to chase, but she used her Prime Directive on a minion, which is great. I think it's quite called Prime Directive, right? And here we are. We're actually going to kite the Alpha just in time to take her out. Luckily, I'm like, I'm not going any further. I'm going to port because I have no idea what the enemies are, and I don't want to prolong this. So I actually ended up in the positive, obviously, because I got one big minion plus a kill. I said it's great. That's the power of Taka, though, is that he's just annoying to deal with, especially because he has a self-heal and a stealth within the same ability. It's just really, really strong early game, more than anything else. Even late game, too, obviously. He's even more annoying, but early game, he still has a lot of power behind him. Even though he may not seem like he has as much upfront value in terms of pure strength, it's the utilities and his abilities and his passives that make him just as strong, if not stronger than other junglers. So keep that in mind. You want to be annoying. That's the rule of thumb with Taka. Be annoying. Be as annoying as you can possibly be. So here we are. We're going to go ahead and be a little aggressive on our part. We're going to try to see if we can take some farms or see if we can get the Scarf. Scarf is low, so we're going to go ahead and just jump on this. We don't care. Fortress goes in, I go in, I use my Chitin, and we get out. Done and done. So we're 3-0-1, not too bad. We're doing pretty good. We're going to go back to our backs, get our farm. We don't want to waste any time. We got our objective, which was to kill, and now we're going to get our farm. Alpha has come to lane to address potentially any kind of push on their turrets, which actually helps us because it pulls her away from her farm, meaning it's going to slow down their jungle. But potentially it is, I think, I don't remember. I think it is Alpha Roam. So it is a little bit awkward what they're running right now, but the Alpha being the Roam isn't as big of a deal as, say, the jungle coming up, but it is a little bit of a deal because it's a little bit less damage being done in the jungle and slowing it down just enough to let us catch up in the long run. So here we are going in for another kill. Pretty easy kill again. The Scarf is super overextended. The Fortress Taka combo is actually pretty strong. It's a lot of really strong initiating attacks. So Fortress jumps in, I go in, we do a lot of damage. The damage on the A from Fortress procs. It's damage all around, and it's really good at bursting down people, really squishy people immediately. If you have like a Jewel, or if you have like I don't know, just a tanky hero in general, it's not going to work as well, but that's when you just start to be a little bit more annoying. Using your Kaiten, using your heals, your stealth, to kind of maneuver around the enemy without them doing too much damage to you. Again, the Scarf goes in face first to check. Unfortunately, we take him out. I'm trying to put Alpha on reboot so I can handle the Rona all alone, but at this point, it's too long. It's too long of a wait, because if I stay, Alpha is going to come back, and it's going to be a 1v2 again. And why am I there? What am I doing? Okay, but I survive. Yay, being annoying. We get a potion. Oh, I really want that Rona, looks like. Oh my goodness. Oh, here we go. Get it, get it. Yes, we made it. Do I die? Oh, she does Prime Directive on the minions again. And then we go in. Oh my god, taking a risk here. And we use our... Oh my god, dude. I totally forgot that happened. The Scout Trap, I thought it was going to take me out, but it didn't. Whew. That was crazy. Man, this Rumbly guy is really good. That was pure luck. That was not being good. That was pure luck of positioning. I didn't know it was there, and I probably should have gotten hit by it, but luckily I was out of harm's way. It had nothing to do with skill there, just so you guys know. But here we are. This is generally when you want to take farm, is if their junglers are dead, or if anybody in their jungle is dead, get farm, because you're going to be stronger than the one person that's still there, or you're going to be able to take a lot of it if no one's there, and you're going to deny him gold, and then you're going to go back and get your gold and just be even stronger than they are later on. It's just every little bit of increments in lead adds up to quite a bit, so you really want to take farm whenever the opportunity presents itself. Don't just go for your backs every time. If they're dead, go for their backs. Fortress took one of my minions. It's alright though. Alright, so we got our overdrive on our A. Keep in mind, if you overdrive A, it removes the energy cost. So his reliance on energy consumption drops quite a bit after you do that. Here we are. We're going to try to focus the Rona because the reboot from Alpha is really annoying. It's better to just try to focus the Rona if we can. It's because if once she dies, she's dead. She stays dead. Then we can address the Alpha later, which we're about to do right now. So now here we are. She's going to use her reboot sacrifice explosion thingy. I don't know what it's called. And we take her out. So here we are again. Like I said, they're dead. Get their backs. We shouldn't even be like doing this regen one. We should be going for their absolute backs first. But he already hit it, so it's just like, whatever. We'll get it. Here we go. Good farm. And we get all of it. Very nice. Rona wants to potentially chase, but then she backs out. I was ready to fight. I was like, fine, I'm topped off on energy. We're good. We can go. But it's alright. So we got literally all of their farm. That's really good. And we're going to get ours. So they're going to be waiting around in jungle doing nothing while we get even more gold. Well, unfortunately, they're getting a lot of ganks in lane. Scarf did pick up Rona, though, which was great, so it's not so bad. Fortress at this point should be going to lane. Yeah, both of us are actually going to lane to try to see if we can stop any kind of push. So here we are, going in for the kill. The one thing to note is if you see Alpha and her reboot is down, don't be afraid to engage on her first. Don't be afraid. If you feel like she is the damage and her reboot's down, go for her first, because that means she dies. She doesn't reboot. Oh, her reboot came up, though. Dang it. All right. Yeah, we should have just gone back to the bottoms immediately instead of stick around, but it's all right. Rona almost picked that up, though, if you guys saw that. She used her jump real quick to try to take it, but we managed to snag it at the last minute. Okay, build order. So, I am not a Taka main. As you can tell, I don't put out a lot of Taka videos anymore. I used to be a sub main of Taka back in the day when Tenshinbo infusions wasn't like a build for him. Like Tenshinbo, tank, and then you get infusions along the way, and you just maintain the monstrous damage you can do as a Taka. Well, Taka's changed since then. The builds and meta have changed since then, so I am going the very standard build, which is Sorrow Blade, and then going potentially a Tyrant's Monocle with attack speed. Attack speed probably being either Bone Saw or, if need be, a breaking point if they go no armor at all. But yeah, so that's generally what I'm building right now, and I'll go like an Atlas Pauldron for the Rona. I don't think Atlas Pauldron's the greatest against a Rona if she is using her ultimate a lot. But if she's one of the Ronas who tends to rely on attack speed rather than anything else, then it sucks. I died. Then Atlas Pauldron's good. But a good Rona generally uses her ultimate to do damage rather than just rely on attack speed. Alright, so that sucked. I did get taken down there. I was a little bit too aggressive. You know, this is kind of a rule of thumb for any hero that you play. No matter when you're playing them, what level you are, don't get greedy. Greed is like the worst enemy of any player, because you see that they're low, or you see that you're doing good, and you're just like, I got this. And then in reality, you don't got this, and then you die. So patience is key. Playing smart rather than... So I guess how the saying goes is like, don't play harder, play smarter. That's how the saying goes. So don't try to go in a try-hard mode. Play smart 24/7. Don't get overly confident, is basically what I'm saying. I still do it. We all are going to do it. But to limit that amount that you do it is the key. Alright, so we're looking at getting our tier 2 boots. I feel like getting tier 2 boots on Taka is pretty important early on, because having that mobility is great to allow you to get in and get out at a relatively fast manner. Being able to chase too, because your chase is pretty nasty. You have that speed boost in general, but then to top it off with the boots is really nice too. Ooh! I did not expect the scarf to come down that fast, and not expect that Spitfire to be coming out at my direction at that exact moment, so that kind of sucked for me. Nice Spitfire. Very nice, Chief Matt. Very nice. Very nice Spitfire. Got him again. Doing an ultimate. Going to be doing a lot of damage to Fortress, but then he messes up. I guess he was moving, and I think the Scarf took the minions. He was selecting the minions instead of selecting areas outside the minions. So he started targeting the minions and ruining his pathing for his ultimate. I think that's what happened. Do keep in mind, too, your X-Retsu is a great initiator. And the reason being is because when you put a point in there, every point you get adds an additional stack that you get for your passive, your key, from the get-go. So if I have 0 key, I dive in with my ultimate. I believe this is correct. You get 3 stacks of key immediately. Plus, you get your passive every 6 seconds to hit and get an immediate, I think it's an immediate crits? Or no, it changed. It's been changing so much. But you also apply your passive damage every 6 seconds. And that also gives you a stack. So from the get-go, generally you can get 4 stacks immediately. Then you use your Chitin and you have your 5. Right from the get-go. So ultimate, you do your X-Retsu, you hit, you do Chitin, and you have max stacks. Or you can kind of mix and match that combo. But, you know, in general, the thought pattern is you get 5 stacks from the get-go. I mean, you do the optimal amount of damage you can possibly do. Keeping your key stacks is important, or keeping your key stacks up is important too in game, in the fight, because without those you're doing very little damage, or not little damage, but you're doing far less damage. You can see here we didn't even focus the alpha. A lot of times people get this mindset of, okay, there's an enemy on the turret, we can't do anything. That's not true. Just don't target the enemy hero. The turret won't target you unless you damage them, and you can just kite around them and keep peeling at the turret and take it down. Just like we did earlier. Even though Alpha was literally on top of the turret, we can just literally take out the turret right in front of her face without her being able to do much about it. So don't be afraid to push down turrets. Oh, that sucked. We almost got the... We didn't almost get it, but we were attempting to get the gold mine before it turned into a Kraken, but we just couldn't. Here we go. Yeah, do that damage. Yeah. Okay, we gotta get out of that spin, though. That spin hurts. Do as much damage as we can. There we go. Good job, Rumbly. And Trungnaldo. Then I'm really parched. I'm gonna drink my girly Starbucks drink now. Alright. There we are. Back again. Nope. No, 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 no. No. Oh, no. Okay. Yeah, we're just, I think I was just trying to do a little bit of damage here and there, but we should have just ignored it. We should have just gone for farming. Ah, you bastard. Oh, yes. Yes. And get behind the scarf. Ooh, ooh, that's going to hurt. That's going to hurt. No, it's not. Yeah. There we go. Very nice. And the Spitfire. Oh, we do not get it in time, but we do pick up the kill regardless. So there we go. Another thing, too, about Taka is his ability to get behind targets. For instance, like Scarf. And not just that, but also the effect of his A negates certain effects, too. So I didn't do it in that last fight because there's no need to, I felt like. But what I did do is I saw Scarf ulting. I didn't want to be in front of Scarf, so I X-Retsu'd so I can be behind Scarf and not take any of that damage from the Fan of Flames, or whatever it's called. The Fire Breath. I forgot the name. I always forget the name of Scarf's ultimate. I don't know why. I could just not hold on to that information. But yeah, I did X-Retsu behind Scarf so that I didn't take any of her or his ultimate damage. So using your abilities for mobility and positioning is great too. Like I said before, the Kaiten also allows you to negate stuns and silences, whatever it may be, negative effects. So for instance, if there's an dodge or ulting, you can wait until it's right before it casts, and then you use your Kaiten as it's going off, and you take no damage, and you don't take a stun at all. It's great. It's amazing. Nice ultimate on Alpha, but just not enough to secure any kind of kill. She just survived, though. There we go. So we can see here, I'm 13-2-8. We're snowballing pretty freaking hard. It's just being annoying with Taka is the funnest thing ever, but also it can definitely be the most annoying thing ever if you're going against one that's snowball. A snowball Taka is a Taka from hell, pretty much. A fed Taka is a nasty Taka. You don't want to deal with that. And we do pick up the Scarf in time too. Nice. Alright, so we're just pushing in the Kraken, getting the damage on the turrets. I'm going to ignore everybody and just go straight for the turrets. I don't care about kills, I care about objectives. That's primary to me. If I know that I can take out a lot of objectives, it's worth it. Especially since I have the ability to get out of situations more so than any other hero. Maybe then outside of, I don't know, maybe Castro can test that. But as far as any other hero outside Castro, Taka has the best escape. By far, I feel. Or Glaive. Glaive's another one too, but... So there we go. That was Taka Weapon Power. It was a little bit brief, but hopefully you guys get the gist of it. Be annoying with Taka. Use your abilities for not only mobility, but also positioning. Use your Kaiten to avoid negative effects like stuns, burns, silences, all that stuff. Don't forget to do that. It's important. And just use your heal and your stealth to get away and heal back up and go back in for to continue the fight. So that is Taka in a nutshell. My build is not the best build. I'm not saying it is. It might be. I don't know, but it might not be, so don't take it to heart saying, oh, this is the build to go. But this is basically how you play Taka. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Later!